One of the biggest wreaths I make is called a Monroe Triple Crown wreath. That wreath right here is made on a 14-inch wreath form, and it measures 30 inches side to side. It is huge. It's beautiful. Welcome to my office, my friends, and welcome to this channel. My sidekick today is Louie. My name is Nadia, and we are about to make a beautiful wreath for my office. Here are the supplies we're going to use for our wreath, starting with 2 rolls of Deco mesh. Both of our Deco mesh needs to be 10 inches in width and at least 8.5 yards each. Usually they come 10 yards each, like this Deco poly mesh. As you can see, 10 inches by 10 yards. This is that thick Deco mesh. Usually when I make this wreath, I use this type of Deco mesh, that soft Deco mesh. So we will see how this is going to work out, because I'm a little nervous. This is a really nice high quality Deco mesh, but it is also on that tough side. So we'll see. And then the second roll is this sage green one, and this is that very soft Deco mesh. Then we're going to need lots of ribbon. For each Deco mesh, you're going to choose a combination that you're going to use. For my orange, I'm going to be using this 2.5-inch wired fall ribbon. It has this, it kind of glitters between orange and dark brown. So I think it's going to look good in my office, and I'm going to add this dark green. It's like a sage green to it. It's really, really pretty. So that is the combo for the orange. And for the green, my combo is this 2.5-inch orange. And then this one, this is my Costco one. I will attach all of my supplies and where I purchased them in the description box below. But this is the combo that I'm going to use when using the green Deco mesh. You're going to need 18 pipe cleaners for the wreath base. 12 of it one color, 6 of it another color. So I have 12 of the orange because that is my main color. It's going to go on the outer and inner row, and then 6 of the green for the middle row. I picked this beautiful sign to go in my office. It's 8 inches in diameter, or like 7.75. And it does have a little hole at the top and at the bottom already done, so I don't have to worry about that. This is going to be for the decor for the inner row. When it comes to the wreath base, this is a metal 14-inch wreath form. I do get them at the Dollar Tree, but I order them, have them delivered to the closest Dollar Tree in my area. And since I have it delivered to the store, I don't have to pay shipping, and it works out nice. I will also be using a tempered glass cutting board and a wood burning tool. I always have these attached for you in the description box below, my friends. For this wreath, we are going to be working outside in. I'm going to have an outer row, middle, and then inner rows. And the way I count these is outer row is row 3, then middle row is row 2, and inner row is row 1. Let's start with the orange pipe cleaners. The orange ones are going to go on the intersection parts on rows 1 and 2, right in the center. 2 twists, nice and tight, and then fold it down. And then on the outer row, 3 and 4, 2 twists, and face those out. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and continue attaching my orange ones. All my orange pipe cleaners are on. Now I'm going to grab the green one, and I'm going to go on rows 2 and 3. That's going to be our middle row. 2 twists and face this one in also, because we are working outside in. So this is just going to make it easier. All my pipe cleaners are on. 6 orange on the outside, 6 green in the middle, and 6 orange on the inside. Right, it's time for a screenshot. These are the notes for this wreath. You can just change the colors out pretty much, and you can make whatever wreath you're making. Now, I do have to mention that this extra right here is if you are going to use a small sign like mine. If you're going to use a bigger sign that's maybe 10, 12 12 inches in diameter. You really don't need this part. You're going to be okay just with this part. This is just extra curls I add to kind of give my sign a little bit of a base so it has something to sit on and to make that inner row a little bit fuller. So this is a little extra. Looking at my notes, my orange decoupage, I'm going to need 6 at 30 inches, and then I'm going to need 6 at 20 inches. With that said, we all know we need a ventilated area, and you need to be using a tempered glass cutting board, and of course a heating tool, a wood burning tool to cut it. No, you do not need to use it. You could just use a rotary cutter. But this is such a big wreath. You have some open ruffles in this wreath. I feel like it's just extra protection. If you're using the 10-yard roll, we're only going to need 300 inches, which means we have 60 inches to kind of, so if you are thinking maybe, you know, for the inner row, instead of the 20 inches, I'm saying to do 22 or something, you can kind of do it because you have a little bit of wiggle room there to do that. I'm going to start with my 30 inches and I'm going to go in between 2 rows. Nice and steady, not in a hurry, just slow in between 2 rows. Now, I know this decoupage is easy to go in between 2 rows, but if you have a decoupage that's a little bit wiggly, we're still going to follow the 2 rows all the way down. Now, I'm just going to roll this up because 30 inches is a long piece of decoupage, and I'm going to put it in a laundry basket next to me. Next, I'm going to be cutting 6 pieces at 20 inches. So the first one was 6 pieces at 30. This is 6 pieces at 20 inches. Same thing, right in between 2 rows all the way down. Roll it up and put it in my laundry basket. That's it, my friends. I'm going to finish up cutting this decoupage and then we'll move on to the green. For my green decoupage, I think I'm going to straighten it out just because it's very wobbly here. And I do have the room to straighten it out and make sure I have enough decoupage for it. That's fine. This is going in my middle row and I'm going to be cutting 6 pieces at 30 inches in length. And same thing, let's curl it up. One hand for this so I don't get burnt. Alrighty. I have my 6 pieces at 30 inches and now I'm going to need 12 pieces at 10 inches. Now that we have our 6 pieces at 30 inches, now we're going to need 12 pieces at 10 inches. I'm just going from 10 to 20 on my little cutting board. And I'm going to go in between 2 rows all the way down. And as you see, this decoupage is not very straight. So as the decoupage kind of turns, so do I. It's all right. There we go. And all the way down. I'm going to take a look first at my outer row. So the orange decoupage, I'm going to need ribbon that is 6 pieces of each. I'm going to cut that up and then I'm going to go down here and there's my other orange decoupage and I have 6 pieces of ribbon I need each at 12 inches each. So I'm going to start with my really pretty one. I'm seriously in love with this one. And so we need to start this one at 15 inches. I have 12, 13, 14, 15, and I'm going to need 6 pieces. This is for the outer row. Fold in half and cut out a little triangle. And so I'll be making dovetails for all of my ribbon. Next, I have my green ribbon, 6 pieces at 15 inches each. And I'm also going to be doing dovetails for these. Let's cut that off, fold in half, and cut our dovetails out. Now for my green decoupage, I'm going to need this orange ribbon, 6 pieces at 15 inches each. Fold in half and cut my dovetails. Last but not least, I have this gorgeous striped ribbon and I'm going to be cutting it at 15 inches each. And of course, I'm going to need 6 pieces. Same thing, I'm going to cut dovetails on this ribbon also. Just such a nice, fun element. These dovetails are really going to make the ribbon look pretty. Now it's time to bring everything together. I don't know, Sweet Rocky thinks he is going to have room left at this table, but it's about to run out because this thing is going to be ginormous. I'm going to bring in my notebook and we're going to do this layer by layer, starting with row 3 because we're working outside in. So we're going to grab our orange Deco mesh and we're going to grab the ribbon for that, which is this one, and this is the 15 inches in length, 6 of each. Let's start with our cruffle and slide the cat over. My Deco mesh is rolling onto the table. As you can see right here, I'm going to make the first little fold. That is just to have a nice smooth side. Then I'm going to find 2.5 inches, and that is where I'm going to start collecting our Deco mesh. And we are making a little fan. When we come to the end, this other side should naturally want to curl in. And same thing, I'm going to fold it about 1 inch and then continue collecting at the 2.5 inches. Sometimes you go a little bit sideways and you have a lot of it sticking out here. Just pull that back a little bit. You could usually tell where that is, but in this case, it looks nice and even. Going to grab the fan and attach it to the outer row. A nice twist or two. Now that my fan is done, I can either attach the rest of the fans or I can attach the ribbon right away. That way it's kind of one and done. So let's grab one of each ribbon. And since this ribbon is really pretty, I wanted to show off. I'm actually going to put the green one in the back. Whatever the top ribbon is, it'll tend to pop out. So I kind of want these green ones to be the accent in the back, even though it's 1.5 inch. And by the way, for these wreaths, if you would like to use 2 of the 1.5 inch or 2 of the 2.5 inch, you can definitely do that. All right, I'm going to fold these in half to find my center. Then I'm going to collect like I would for a pancake wreath, meaning we're just going to put our hands right on the ribbon, and where my fold is with my 2 thumbs, I'm going to push those up while using these fingers to push the rest of the ribbon down. And that way you kind of have like a natural V with the ribbon. Lock it in place, and then you can either cut off the excess or just fold it back. Thinking I'm going to cut about 1 inch and then fold it behind the ribbon. That's what I usually like doing. We can set those out later. Do you see what I mean? Because this one's on top, it's going to show up more, and then the green ones are going to be a little bit centered. And if they fall back a little bit, that's okay, because I want this to be the center stage kind of on this wreath. At this point, I'm going to go around the 3rd row, that outer row, and continue the exact same process. I'm going to have a fan and the 2 corresponding ribbon pieces. The outside row is all done. Now we're moving on to the middle row, grabbing my green ones because I know those are next. I have my green ones up. That's why it's nice to do the 2 different colors. It's easier. Pretty much our sizes are the same. Sizes of the Deco mesh is the same. Size of the ribbon is the same. So the process is gonna be exactly the same. I'm making a fan, folding about 1 inch in, measuring 2.5 inches, and off I go collecting. And this is my softer Deco mesh, so it's going to be a lot easier than the orange one. I fold it about 1 inch at the other side and bring it in. I have the green fan ready. Let's put it right in, 1 or 2 twists, and then let's grab our ribbon. But this time I'm going to put the 1.5 inch over my 2.5 inch because it's a plain one. And sometimes if I have just really pretty 2.5 inch ribbon, I'll just use 1 ribbon. You do not need to use the 2 ribbon pieces like I'm using here. Same thing, we're going to fold in half after we overlay one on top of the other so we can find the center. Open it up, and just like we did on the outside, we're going to push with our thumbs from the bottom up, and we have our little ribbon all set. Twist in place, and about 1 inch from the connection, cut that. I'm going to repeat this process going all the way around on row 2. My second row is in, and unless you're using a thick deco mesh like this, you can still see some of the wreath base peeking through, but don't worry about it. When we put the third row in, you're basically going to have overlap, 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 and that's going to cover it up. Alrighty, let's get started on this. We're going to grab our piece of deco mesh, and then we're going to grab a clamp, and we're going to make a cruffle. Our deco mesh at this point is curling away from the table, and I'm going to start making a curl that's about 1.5 inch to 2 inches, and then I'm going to go in 1, 2, 3 times, flip, and do the same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3 little curls. I'm going to put it on my cutting mat. That way I know exactly where my center is and collect it in the center. When I'm done, I'm going to clamp it in the center, put that to the side. Next, I'm going to grab some of that green deco mesh that we cut at 10 inches. Also grab a little clamp. Let's make little curls. Clamp and then curl the second one, and just like on our cruffle, we're going to make our curls about 1 inch, 1.5 inches. I have both of my curls ready. Now let's bring this together. What I usually do is I have my cruffle, and then I take one piece and I'm going to crisscross it, and then the second piece. Gather in the center and then attach to an orange pipe cleaner, or the innermost pipe cleaner, whatever color that is for you. Now that our deco mesh is in, let's grab our ribbon. This ribbon is 12 inches in length, 2.5 inch and 1.5 inch green one on the outside. Pinch, pinch to make sure we know where the center is, and then just gather going from the bottom to the top and attach to our wreath. Twist this one up and fold it back behind the ribbon. Going to repeat the same process again and again, going all the way around. So we have the cruffle, our 2 curls, and our 2 pieces of ribbon. Look at this monstrosity. It is so big, but I'm loving those colors. Let's bring in the sign, and the sign is going to go straight in the middle, and I'm going to grab some floral wire, cut 2 pieces at about 12 inches in length, and then we're going to attach. As always, I like to make sure to tie the floral wire nice and close to the sign. Give it a few twists and attach. I took some of the curls and put them underneath, but not all of them. Maybe like every other, just so that sign really has a nice solid base there. Next, I'm going to take these florals, take the stem out, some hot glue. Yes, I'm using gold hot glue. And I'm going to put it right in the center on top of my ribbon. When it comes to the inner row, I took the 1.5 inch, the ones I had in the back, and put them in the center. And then the gorgeous ones are right in the front, and they are laying on top really nice. And if the green one does slide back, it's okay, because my main one is showing. I have plenty of green in this wreath. For my second row, I'm just going to overlay the 1.5 inch over the 2.5 inch and lay it really nicely on the wreath. And on the third row, I'm going to do the same thing as kind of on the first row, where the 2 pieces of green ribbon is going to be towards the center, and then the gorgeous ribbon is just going to pop out. My next step here is just to lay out all the ribbon and work on attaching the little centers. I forgot to mention, I did attach a hanging loop, and then if you are going to cover the back, you would cover the back before you start straightening all of this ribbon out. I'm absolutely loving how much space this wreath is taking up right here in this section, and here is a preview of the way I decorate here at the bottom. I think it just works together beautifully. All the green colors are working nicely with these flowers that I have here. My friends, I hope you enjoyed this wreath tutorial and a little bit of a sneak peek into the decor theme in my office. I thought I was going to go a little bit more pink and bright. Instead, I went like a deep kind of, I guess, orange, burnt orange and green, and I absolutely love it. I don't know why, it just works. Louie over here is getting tired. So with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for being with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.